It's all in my preparation. Either I prepared and I did really well and I was able to beat this guy, or I wasn't. You know what I mean? And it's fair. It's like honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like man versus man. We weigh the same. We both train hard. We're both good fighters. We get in a cage and we settle it. Like, there's few things in life that are like that. Like, you know what's coming and you're willing to accept it, and you're like, all right, I gotta fight this guy. Like, that's some scary shit, bro. You know, like to lock yourself in a cage and fight somebody and be willing to get hit. And I just love the mentality of fighters, bro. Like,
it's the risk. It's the risk because you know, you're not being provoked. You know what I mean? Like, if you provoke me, let's say
on the street
you did something exactly.
Yeah, it's different.
You do something in the streets where you provoke me, I got hot head and I just got hot and I just wanted to, like, you know, hit you. You got my emotions to go. But when you get in a cage fight, you're not really upset.
Exactly.
I mean, everything is cold. Everything is just being smart, you know.
I mean, there's always the trash talking and like press conference and that kind of stuff.
But to be honest, like all of that could get you hot during the
press conference.
All that moment. I'm talking about the day of the fight. The day of the fight, you're trying to be in the zone. You're trying to be in your zone. However you get there. Everybody gets there differently. Everybody has their own way. Some people pray. Some people don't. Some people just go start screaming. Ah!
You see
in the locker room.
You see the locker
room. Some people start punching the wall.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Everybody has a different process.
Some people are meditating.
Yeah.
Some people just very like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people just focus, just quiet. You know, everybody's different.
And it's interesting to see that before the fight.
You have to find yours.
You have to find your way, yeah.
Yes, it takes time. I used to be more robotic. I used to be more like, yes, sir, no, sir, we're going to do it. And I'll just, now what I do, I start like, I do a lot of footwork. I start like, not dancing around like I'm actually having a song, but I just started like doing a lot of like, kind of like a little bit like Muhammad Ali. You see Muhammad Ali when he starts dancing around, moving his foot. I do that a lot. It keeps me relaxed. It keeps me ready.
You loose.
And then I start shadow boxing a little bit.
Yeah.
And that right there keeps me loose. And then I'm just very focused. You know what I mean? I'm very focused. And
people see you fight, and obviously it's a physical thing because you have to train. But I love the mental side of fights. Like, a lot of people don't know that you guys have. I don't know if you do, but a lot of fighters have sports psychologists and that kind of stuff, and they really have to get in a certain space of mind. I know I don't know, like I said about you, but I know some fighters go train somewhere like far away where they're not even around family and they're like super focused so that their mind is on nothing but the fight. And I just love that mental process of getting yourself in that mind state of peak performance of I'm the best, I need to get this done. That's so awesome to me, bro. You know what I mean? So. That's why I love fighting in general, man. It's just because me personally, as that guy who's always been about, I've learned over the past 10, 12 years, that's what my book is about. It's about the mindset. Like, the way you think and the way you see things mentally is everything. And in a fight, it's two guys that are the same weight. They both have great skills, but sometimes all it comes down to is, am I there?
That's 100%. That's like, you could train the body all you want. If the mindset is not right, it's not right. You know what I mean? And like, you know, the reason everybody could relate to fighting is because it's like, there's one thing Dana White always says, and I agree with him, is that fighting is in everybody's DNA. You're born with that instinct, of thinking, of feeling, and of like, let's say, you know, you're dropped to this or boom, boom, you know what I mean, however you believe we came up. At one point, we were cavemen. You know what I mean?
Right,
we were like, we were not taught stuff. We kind of had to learn them on our own, I guess. You know what I mean?
100%.
When you as a regular human, you learn how to, like, you know what running is, you know what jumping is, like, you know, fighting is part of that too.
100%.
You're about to, something's chasing you, you have to fight back. You know, it was an animal, it was something, but you have to fight back.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You have to fight for survival. You know what I mean? So, or hunt, like I said, hunting is part of it too. It's natural for you to go out there and look for food.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you need to. You know what I mean? It's just in our it's inside of us.
It's a part of being human.
Yeah, exactly. So fighting is part of it. That's why everybody could relate to it. Whether you like it or not, whether you're not a fan of the sport, you're not a fan of that, because some people are just not a fan. You know, you got, especially like, you know, there's certain fighters that their moms will support them a lot, you know, but they don't like it, you know what I mean? They don't like their kids in there, you know what I mean? My mom supports me, she likes it. She actually likes boxing, so her seeing me doing this, it was fine for her. But you have parents that don't like that, you know? But
and I get it. You're seeing a loved one get hurt. I get it, you know, but for me, it just goes beyond that. Like, martial arts is such a true expression of the person. You know what I mean? And taking it back to like Bruce Lee, how he like godfathered the whole thing. That's what it's really all about. Like, because you see a fighter's style, what they like to do in the ring, like all those things are a part of his personality and part of the martial art, like expressing yourself. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's violence, but it's just part of. It's the same thing when a rapper makes a song, when an artist draws a painting. Like when a fighter fights, it's like artistic in a way, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's you see him like that's him in his purest form.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's him with no negative bullshit around him, no drama, no nothing. Like all the bad shit in his life stripped away. Who he is, this is who he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's something I really appreciate. You know,
and you can't really fake fighting.
You can't fake it at all.
I think that was what. Yeah, you can't really fake it.
You have to be authentic.
Yeah, like you know, has athletes out there gone there and probably sabotage their fights or something like that. Athletes always do that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, they they're in there. They walked in. They closed that cage. You ready? You ready? That believe it or not, those words like is let's go. And is you know what is crazy? Like sometimes like this is my sport. This is what I love. But there is times that I look at it and I see like people cheering a fight and I'm like, everybody just watching two people fight each other. Like people, like I love it. This is what I do. You know what I mean? I love this. You know what I mean? And I look at it as a sport and as an art and like everything that you just said. But the reality at one point is like
everybody came here to see two
people trying to hurt each other. One is trying to hurt the other. You know what I mean? Like they're 100%. Hurting each other, man. You know what I mean? And it's crazy when I see it because sometimes I'm like, like I told you, as I just said earlier, it's in our DNA. Everybody gets excited. You see people when they get drunk, they're there. You can see the passion in the crowd and the fans watching two people it's crazy, man. We just remember from the Roman times where people were just
gladiators.
Come on, man. So it's just in
it's
our
a part
DNA,
of
exactly.
being human, 100%.
Yeah.
And even before MMA, obviously we have boxing. And boxing matches were huge, bro. Back even you could take it as far back as you want. Like even Jack Johnson and Jack Dempsey, you still had arenas and shit full of people coming to see these people fight each other. And like for me, greats in fighting, they just have a different aura. When you talk about guys like Rocky Marciano or Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson, like they're just different people. You know what I mean? And let me tell you, Mike Tyson, like the new stuff he's coming out with and how he's been with his brand and like podcasting and like talking, he never would have been like that if he was never a fighter.
Okay.
Like if you think about that, all that came from fighting. And all his self-discovery and the things he's learned about himself, it was all because of fighting. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy because most people can't really understand that, but I understand that because you put yourself through so much like adversity and you have to do so many hard things to become a great fighter.
Yeah.
That process of purifying yourself, it's like you become the best version of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It will teach you a lot of things, you know what I mean?
Bro.
It'll teach you a lot of things. But, the one thing that the biggest adversity of fighting is like is still a sport that really depends a lot on your grind and everything else. Like you don't really gonna get sponsors like that. Like when you become a NBA player, an NFL player, a hockey player, and soccer or baseball, any
sport,
major leagues, because UFC is one of the major leagues. I get that, but what I'm saying is like everything you do before that, everything has been you investing in your money, your grind. You know what I mean? Like even if you're a prodigy, you don't got companies flying to throw their money at you compared to like when you're in the NBA. These guys get right from the beginning, from college, they're already getting scouted. Yeah. Scouted, with sponsorship ready to just get in there in front of them. And that's one thing like we don't have as a fighter. So we really, I've seen a lot of like talented fighters that trying to make it, and then all of a sudden other things came to their lives and they had to like pause it and they had to move it because money didn't come in sometimes. Right. But that's what makes the greats because they went through figure it out. Yeah, bro. You have to grind and figure it out. Like,
and they go through, you know what I mean? The stories you hear of what fighters have to go through, bro, to make it. You know what I mean? It's just crazy, bro.